Fortnite did.
The room erupted in whispers. Retired Sergeant Raymond Carter. Grant looked up. Why the hell are you mopping floors? Raymond picked the mop back up. Because I need to eat, sir. Raymond, would you like to help with this exercise? If I can be useful, sir. Useful. You might just save an exercise worth thousands of dollars.
Okay, everyone, look up the go-ahead.
Standing among generals and colonels.
Let's get this started.
Fingers corrected commands, fine-tuned translations, guided protocols. Within 20 minutes, the simulation was running flawlessly. Soldiers from 5 different countries communicated without confusion. Maneuvers flowed. The exercise was a complete success. Raymond Carter was born in 1952 on a farm in Texas. At 18, he enlisted in the Army. The Cold War was heating up. Young, smart, and gifted with languages. He was assigned to military intelligence. The 70s and 80s were intense. Missions in East Germany. Covert operations in the Middle East. Training local allies. Raymond spoke to Russian spies in Berlin. Negotiated with leaders in Afghanistan. And coordinated NATO operations.
Part 2 just dropped, so I might as well hop on.
He was respected. Decorated. Essential. In 1985, he married Martha, a military nurse. They had 2 children, David and Sarah. The family moved from post to post, Germany, South Korea, Saudi Arabia. By 1990, Raymond had risen to the rank.
Firebending? No way. Means I can use the OP firebending moves. Give me a second, I'm loading it.
Presidents were briefed using his analysis. At age 60,
I am not used to firebending. I haven't played with firebending in a while.
5 years ago, Martha passed away from cancer. Raymond fell apart. His military pension couldn't cover the medical debts. He sold the house and moved into a modest apartment in Sierra Vista, near Fort Huachuca. He needed to work. He applied for military consultant jobs, translation roles, instructor positions. But the answer was always the same. Too old. Your certifications are outdated. The market is too competitive. Then one day he saw a job posting. Janitor, Fort Huachuca, part-time. For 2 years, Raymond listened to conversations in languages he knew fluently, yet remained invisible. Until one translation error changed everything. Because competence doesn't grow old. It just waits for the right moment. The next morning, Grant called Raymond into his office. "Take a seat, Sergeant." "I'm just Raymond now, sir." "Just after yesterday. I need you for another exercise. Thursday. A simulation with NATO representatives. 12 countries involved." Raymond hesitated. "I still need to finish my cleaning shift." "Forget the cleaning. You'll be our temporary language consultant. $500 a day." "500, I make 80 a day as a janitor." "I read your full..."
What's up, man?
"Your reports on ISIS cells were critical in 5 successful operations. Your analysis of intercepted communications in Kabul saved American lives." Raymond looked down at his hands. "That was a long time ago. Knowledge doesn't expire, Sergeant. Especially yours." On Thursday,
can I join in?
at the simulation center wearing a borrowed dress shirt. He didn't own proper military uniform. International officers from multiple countries arrived to evaluate complex protocols, multi-language communications, and crisis scenarios. Raymond took a quiet position near the official interpreters. Within 2 hours, he identified 17 critical translation errors, all due to a lack of military context. French commander Captain Latre approached. Impressed, Captain Latre tried to speak in English. "Incredible. You don't even have an accent. You're better than any professional translator I've ever worked with." During lunch, international officers sought out Raymond. Not for translation, but for guidance on regional nuances that only decades of field experience could teach. From a distance, General Grant watched it all unfold.
Wait, that's a new llama.
5 p.m., when
Did they update the
ended,
llamas?
He pulled Raymond aside for a private conversation. "Sergeant, you just made possible the smoothest communication we've ever seen in a multinational exercise." "I was just doing my job, sir." No, you did the job of an entire team of translators and consultants, and you did it better. Grant took a deep breath. I want to offer you a permanent position. Monday, 7 a.m. Raymond parked his 1992 Ford pickup in the same spot as always.
I want to see what that
He
is.
didn't grab the cleaning cart. Instead, he walked toward the Central Administrative Building. A new sign hung on the door. Senior Strategic Consultant, Operational Linguistics, Sergeant Raymond Carter. He paused in front of the sign. 2 years ago, he felt invisible pushing mobs. Today, he had his own office and access to classified communications. General Grant greeted him personally. Welcome to your new role, Sergeant. Your salary's been increased with additional benefits. You'll report directly to me on international matters.
Give me that.
Raymond signed the paperwork with steady hands. What's my first mission? Review all international communication protocols on base. Identify weaknesses, suggest improvements, train the translators. You have full authority. That afternoon, Raymond settled into his new office. The desk had been empty for months. He carefully arranged dictionaries in 7 languages, maps, and military protocol manuals. And in one corner, he placed a symbolic reminder. His blue janitor's uniform. To remind himself that a person's word doesn't fade. He was far from the spotlight. At 6 p.m., on his way out, he passed by the janitorial wing. His former colleagues greeted him with surprise and pride. Raymond, we heard what you did. You never stopped amazing. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone. Get some rest. We all deserve it.
Water bending scroll.
Rumors spread like wildfire.
This is interesting.
All soldiers whispered, "Did you hear?
Almost
The old
every
janitor turned into a sergeant overnight." What's that about? Must be some friend of the commander. No way. Nobody promotes it.
And Scythen
Like
Medallion.
that. The reactions were mixed. Younger
Now this is the best update they've given us in a while.
Lieutenant Morrison,
Now these are my favorite. I love using this.
masters in international
Refill?
It's taken me years to reach a consultant level. And now a janitor becomes senior consultant in a week? Major thing was charged. Probably a political move. Veteran older guy. At the first team meeting, Raymond faced the
Jeez, this is like the best season.
in front of everyone.
This update's
Your
insane.
academic background for this position. Raymond looked at him calmly.
Yeah.
University of Real Life, Lieutenant. 30 years talking to people in the places I was deployed. But do you have current certifications in simultaneous translation? No, sir. A heavy
That's when
silence
Fortnite's
in the
giving
room.
an update.
Grant stepped in. Lieutenant Morrison,
Yes.
Sergeant Carter holds field credentials no textbook can offer. After the meeting, Raymond approached Morrison.
No.
You were right to ask about qualifications. That shows you're a responsible officer.
I am getting enjoyment from this brand new update.
It doesn't only come from diplomas. It comes from experience under pressure. I'm not here to compete with you. I'm here to contribute.
Any update
and
to the
share
quest?
What I've learned. Morrison's hostility began to fade.
Oh,
It was as if
free
Raymond's
pickaxe.
words had shown him something.
Yeah, and I am
True leadership
enjoying it.
where others dig trenches. Raymond's first challenges in his new role came fast. The first week was brutal. He received 47 communication protocols to review. Technical documents.
Join in, Dave.
French, Arabic, and Russian.
Go and collab.
Material that had collected mistakes for years. He worked 12 hours a day. At night, in his modest apartment, he spread papers across the kitchen table. Stacks of technical dictionaries, open military manuals, and a borrowed base laptop running late into the evening. The first real conflict came on Wednesday. General Bradford
Hi, Dave.
of Operations questioned
Welcome
the
in.
direction Raymond
Sit in one of the
gave
tan
Russian
stalls.
protocol. Sergeant Carter
Other
had
tan-
altered some
tan
fluid
stall.
terms. How do you know that? Because I saw Russian soldiers respond differently to those terms in Chechnya back in 1999.
You ready?
Excellent. Carry on, Sergeant.
This update allows us to have bending styles.
Collins, a former official translator, felt threatened.
Oh, water bending. There we go.
Credentials. He could trigger a diplomatic incident if he slips up. Collins began pressuring other officers, who formed a quiet resistance. On Friday, he made his move. During a video conference with German commanders, Collins forgot to inform Raymond of last-minute protocol changes. Raymond improvised. See, he wasn't prepared. That's unprofessional. General Grant heard the rumors and called Collins in. Major, what's your issue with Sergeant Carter? I have no personal issues, sir. Only professional concerns. What concerns?
Oh wait, that's airbending.
Standard procedures during the video call. Extremely important because you failed to inform him of the procedures. Collins went pale. Sir, Major Collins, Sergeant Carter is in full support. After Collins left,
One
Grant
second.
called Raymond in. Did you know he was sabotaging you? Because insecure men expose themselves. You just have to give them enough rope. Grant smiled. And how did you handle that video call so well without preparation? General, I learned to improvise when lives depended on it.
Now this is gonna be a fun season.
Close.
There's a llama too. Well, we'll see what we get.
A diplomatic crisis erupted. American and German soldiers had a serious misunderstanding during a joint exercise in Poland. Cultural miscommunications escalated, nearly leading to a physical confrontation. The incident threatened NATO relations. General Grant called an emergency meeting. We need someone to go to Poland and fix this.
Oh no! That's mine.
An international conflict. All eyes
Give me access to.
this on. Tonight, Raymond then traveled by military vehicle to Poland. When he arrived at the Polish base, the Americans
No!
barely spoke to one another. Commanders were holding separate briefings. Cooperation had collapsed. Raymond requested a joint meeting with all parties involved. Gentlemen, I'm Sergeant Raymond Carter, consultant from Fort Huachuca.
Honestly, I might have to head up Super and tell him to get on here.
Sergeant Johnson spoke first. The Germans accused us of ignoring safety protocols, but we followed our standard procedures. German Commander Oberst Müller fired back. Ihre Standardprozeduren ignorieren und Sicherheitsmaßnahmen. Raymond turned to the Germans and replied fluently. Oberst Müller, verstehe ich
Dave, what do you
richtig?
think?
Die Amerikaner befolgten ihre Protokolle, aber ignorierten dabei ihre Sicherheitsstandards? Müller was visibly surprised to hear flawless German. Ja, genau. Endlich jemand, der das versteht. Raymond spent the next 2 hours meeting
Earthbending this round. Now I can use that.
in German. He
I always loved earthbending.
translated not just
They
words,
added it.
but intent. Eventually, he uncovered the root of the problem. A simple difference in the interpretation of the phrase, standard safety procedure. For the Americans, it meant a well-established rule. For the Germans, it reflected the minimum mandatory protocol. Raymond turns to both groups. You're fighting over semantics, not real differences. You both
You're getting bonked, you know.
security. You just use different terms. He proposes a new common terminology, enhanced security protocol in English. Verstärktes Sicherheitsprotokoll in German. In 3 hours,
I am enjoying this update.
approaches Raymond.
I've never had this fun.
Einen diplomatischen
With
Zwischenfall.
Fortnite.
Vielen Dank. Bitte schön, Oberst. Sind wir nicht alle auf derselben Seite? Johnson also thanked him. Sergeant Carter, you saved our partnership with the Germans. Back at Fort Huachuca, Raymond handed a detailed report to Grant. Excellent work, Sergeant. The Germans sent official praise. They said you were diplomatically brilliant and culturally respectful. I just did what anyone doing their job would have done. No, Raymond, you did what only you could do. From that day on, no one questioned Raymond Carter's competence again.
Kid is almost dead. Give me that. I don't need a shotgun. Man, was loot. I already had something good on him. Oh no, you shouldn't have given me this shotgun. Death comes upon them all. Fortnite really likes me today.
1 week after returning from Poland, Raymond found a plain envelope on his desk. No letter, just for Sergeant Carter, handwritten on the front. He opened it, curious. Sergeant Carter, you don't know me. I'm Sergeant Joe Raymond, retired a few years ago.
Think you have the high ground, you're going to survive. Think otherwise.
How you went from janitor to strategic consultant. Sir, that changed my life. I felt invisible.
Nah, man, you're not running. Who said you could run? You said this by I'm going to finish it.
I was thinking of giving.
Where you going, Spider-Gwen?
Your story showed me that our experience has value. That veterans can still contribute.
There you are.
Even when the world sees us as too old. Today, I applied for a
I'm excited.
security
What's
instructor
it?
position.
Oh!
Military background.
Oh my!
I don't know if I'll get the job, but I know your story gave me the courage to try. A grateful veteran, Joe Martinez. His hands trembled slightly on the third reading. He hadn't expected this. He was just trying to do his job, earn his paycheck, stay relevant. He never imagined his story would inspire. That night at home, Reagan wrote a reply. Sergeant Martinez, your letter moved me deeply. Our experience has value.
Oh, you had to have it.
Someone who looks past the uniform we wear now and sees who we really are. Please keep me updated on your application.
No.
And remember, you
That
are
isn't-
alone. Thousands of veterans face the same challenges. Maybe it's time we do something about that. With respect, Sergeant Raymond Carter. As he sealed the envelope, Raymond had a revelation. His promotion wasn't just about him. It was about all the veterans who still have so much to offer. Raymond shared his idea with General Grant, and a few weeks later, he was called into a special meeting with the commanders of Fort Benning, Fort Bragg, and Fort Leavenworth. Sergeant Carter, Grant began, your work here has impressed top command. We want to expand your program to other bases and create a network of veteran consultants, specialists, identify retired personnel with underused skills, and integrate them into strategic roles. Raymond leaned forward. Excellent, General, excellent. General Morrison from Fort Bragg added, exactly. We want you as the national coordinator. And my current role here? Raymond asked. You'd keep it, but with a broader scope. You'd divide your time between Fort Huachuca and other bases, implementing the veteran reintegration program. Raymond paused to think. And what exactly would you want me to do? Identify overlooked talent, create assessment processes, establish reintegration criteria, turn a pilot
I'm gonna go for another match.
into a national. Raymond thought of Joe Martinez, the retired sergeant who had written to him. How many more were out there like him? I accept but one condition. What is it? I want full autonomy to hire my own team. Agreed. 2 months later, Raymond launched the Veteran Specialist Reintegration Program, VSRP. Joe Martinez, now regional security
Another round. Let's see if we can win.
Within a few months,
Hey, Grandpa, you should join in.
reintegrated 320.
They started fire bending, air bending, earth bending,
for the government,
and all the some old stuff back.
from avoided external consulting fees, the gain in expertise immeasurable.
Earth.
But Raymond measured success differently.
This water.
Every week he received letters from reintegrated veterans,
All 4 of them.
men and women who had regained their professional dignity.
You spawned with one of them.
Purpose.
You spawned with one of them. I got this
In
wrong.
particular,
Air bending. Let's go.
Sergeant Carter. I'm Helen Torres, the logistics sergeant. I've been waiting tables for 3 years. Thanks to VSRP, I now coordinate supplies for NATO exercises. My 12-year-old daughter asked me yesterday, Mom, why are you smiling more lately? I told her because I remembered who I am. Thank you for reminding us that we're not invisible. Helen. 5 years later, at the age of 77, Raymond decided to retire for good. Not because he couldn't keep going. His mind remained sharp, his skills intact, but he felt he had planted enough seeds for the forest to grow on its own. The retirement ceremony took place at Fort Huachuca, where it had all begun. In attendance, the Secretary of Defense, commanders from 15 military bases, thousands of veterans impacted by the VSRP, family and friends.
Okay.
The main
I'm gonna quick play a match because these things are fast.
Country Raymond had worked with over 5 decades. General Grant, now nearing his own retirement, gave a speech. 5 years ago, Raymond Carter was mopping these very hallways. Today, he had transformed the way Our nation sees and values retired veterans. Over 10,000 veterans and family members have been reintegrated to this program. Hundreds of millions of dollars saved. But numbers don't capture the true impact. Dignity restored.
Perfect. Let's build it.
Lives transformed. Wearing his uniform, stepped up to the podium. He hadn't prepared a long speech. That was never his style. When I started cleaning these things, I thought my career was over, that I had lost everything that once defined me. He looked out into the crowd, recognizing familiar faces. I've learned that true identity doesn't come from a uniform or a rank. It simply waits for the right moment to speak. Wisdom doesn't retire, because true confidence transcends age. And we veterans carry decades of knowledge no university can teach. The kind of knowledge only real life provides. Because real veterans...
Oh, flip more earrings! No! I'm running!
My final mission is this. To remind every veteran that their story doesn't end with retirement. It just begins a new chapter. After the ceremony, Raymond walked alone through the same halls he once cleaned. The janitorial department still operated in the same place. He stopped at the doorway and greeted the current janitors. Mr. Raymond. Mary, one of them, called out. We heard about your retirement. Thank you, Mary. You never forgot about us. How could I? You taught me that dignity and honor don't come from position, but from character. Raymond pulled out his blue janitor's uniform, still hanging in the closet. Mary, may I leave this here? Of course, Mr. Raymond. It will be an honor. Walking to the parking lot, Raymond reflected on the journey, driving home from work for the last time. He smiled, because he knew he had left behind a legacy. And it wasn't about the countless personal achievements. True legacies aren't measured in titles. They're measured by how many lives you transform.
Yahoo!
If you enjoyed this story, share your thoughts in the comments. Click the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next story, especially for you.
No, it's following me!
Under that lake, Trish screamed. This parent looked at my private lake for sale online. $50,000 random testers. But I'm a real estate expert with 15 years of experience. I knew exactly how to stop her. There was something about her property she didn't know. Something that would change everything. Now, let's just say she couldn't even get near her lake anymore. Want to know how I did it? 3 insane tricks. Where are you watching from? Every...
Nah, man, I'm gone.
Since you guys enjoyed the first video so much,
What is this game?
Bigfoot and Yeti vlogs, make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, boys.
360 King Bendy should be, or just King Bendy in the center. What is this game? What? Make sure I don't eliminate someone. No! It was so funny of a game. Everyone was using airbending.
By one of you guys. Kind of cute. It's got a kick to it.
No.
Oh, god damn.
No.
I got
Cat.
ice cream because the milk didn't help last time. I can already feel my asshole burning. Not again.
Why the hell do I keep doing this spicy stuff?
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna shit myself.
See it now?
That must have been a fish.
Yeah.
I think something just crawled out of my... What was in the gummy bear?
Yeah.
Well, that was embarrassing. Maybe I'll try something not spicy next time. Good night.
I'm cooked, guys. They found the weights in the fish. They act like they never seen a 19-pound bass before.
I've seen these talkies on TikTok. I have to see if these talkies are spicy or are humans just...
Hopefully this is spicy, unlike a Hot Pocket. Not sure why y'all called it hot anyways. This isn't too bad. You guys might just be... Oh my God. Is that what Satan's dick tastes like? I may have underestimated the talkies a little bit. Now my stomach is fucked.
Yeah.
Never gonna eat Takis again. They fucked up my throat.
I just hooked up with this chick named Emma, and that thing is trash. Finally fell asleep. Now I got a tip.
Do the 063
But we got Yeti as a backup streamer in the other eye.
King Bendy.
Gregory, I need help. Please help me, Gregory.
And then 360 at the end. That's my actual epic.
He shuffled in wearing handcuffs, head down,
Get it now?
thin as a rail. The metal chains clinked with each step, echoing off the marble floors like a funeral bell. The jacket draped over his shoulders looked like it had survived wars, not winters. Underneath, you could see torn fabric that might have once been...
063. And then 360 at the end after.
A lot of people don't know, but most creditors and almost 100% of collection agencies out there legally cannot even collect debt from you. In fact, if you know this one secret loophole, you can actually not only get around not paying this debt that's just lumbering down your credit report, but you can also get rid of it.
No copyright emotes.
Lots covered in a very short period of time, so let's get...
Keanu. You didn't.
Ready up, Dave.
The packed auditorium fell silent as Commander Wilson closed mid-speech, staring at an old black janitor mopping near the exit. Night hot, he whispered into the microphone. Marcus stopped, mop suspended. Years of secrets shattered in an instant.
Get ready to have some fun then.
American covert operations had finally been found.
Knock yourself out.
Before we dive into this extraordinary story of terrorism and injustice, let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. If this tale of a forgotten American hero resonates with you, hit that like button.
Visual form. Let's go Galaxy.
Stories of courage their history tried to erase. Now let's discover what man who served his country in the shadows.
And my original skin for a bit.
Marcus Johnson woke at precisely 5:30 a.m. a habit formed during decades of military discipline.
So you know the concept of medallions, do you?
Refused to abandon. His modest one-bedroom apartment in East
You spawn with a medallion
everything
and a mythic.
The morning routine never varied. 20 push-ups, a quick shower, plain oatmeal with a sliced banana, and black coffee in a chipped mug that read, "World's Best Grandpa," though Marcus had no grandchildren. No children. By 6:15, he was walking the 12 blocks to the manufacturing plant, where he had worked as a janitor for nearly 50 years. The early morning streets were quiet, and Marcus preferred it that way. Invisibility had become his way of navigating a world that had taught him harsh lessons of understanding. The manufacturers
here.
Precision parts for various industries, recently securing a lucrative defense contract.
Water bending.
Management strutting around like peacocks. For Marcus,
We're starting off with water bending, I guess.
more trash to clean, more toilets, less room. As he swiped his ID card at the employee entrance, he nodded to
Bot.
Inside, he changed into his grey uniform.
Down. There's one right here about to go back to the floor.
Morning, old-timer. 20-something janitor who treated Marcus with the dismissive respect reserved for the elderly. Yes, sir, good morning.
Eat it.
Marcus replied softly. Eyes down.
Go run now.
Mental posture he had perfected in 1960s
Sprint.
Alabama.
And jump.
Learned that black boys who looked white men in the eye.
Use the banana of the god.
Memories of his childhood flashed unvivid. His father being called short.
Got a blitz level 2.
Working in white homes for pennies, the segregated water fountains, schools, restaurants. How little had changed in some ways as he pushed his cleaning cart toward the administrative building. The morning shift managers and office workers streamed in around 8, none sparing a glance for the old janitor diligently polishing the brass railings. Marcus had mastered the art of working without being seen, a ghost moving through spaces, leaving only friendliness as evidence.
Yes.
He heard them within the store. Group of young white workers from the machine.
Sis, you know better.
Yes, and most of the food exaggerated.
Okay then. Don't hurt yourself again.
Marcus kept his eyes on his work, pretending not to hear. He had learned long ago that reaction was what they wanted, and
Okay.
he would not give them this satisfaction. Around midday, Harrison Reed, the plant manager, approached Marcus as he was cleaning the windows in the concrete. Reed was 42, with the smug confidence of a man who believed his position was earned solely through merit, rather than the advantages of his skin color and family connections. Johnson, when you're done, there's a mess in the place. Room on the production floor, someone got sick. Take care of it right away. Yes, sir, Mr. Reed, Marcus responded automatically. Reed paused, irritation crossing his features, and make sure you're not making a good report tomorrow. There's important military personnel coming to discuss the report. Don't leave.
Your people, fight them.
Reed gestured.
There's another, there's another. I'll get this one. Handle the ones down there, okay? Get 3 myths, get ready. Grab the mythic.
Now he was just an old janitor.
I can help. This.
That evening, the facility buzzed with preparation for the next day. Marcus deliberately worked, ensuring his cleaning duties would be complete before the military delegation arrived. As he walked the hallway outside the executive office, a group of men in navy uniforms emerged from the surrounding room. Marcus kept his head down, focusing on the monotonous back and forth. We'll continue the tour at 0.
Frozen?
100 tomorrow.
Burn? Frozen. We're pushing like the whole... I've so far 9 kills, and you have like 1. Oh, can't grab that one, sadly. Give me... Grab this, and you click shoot on it.
Wilson paused mid-sentence, a flicker of confusion crossing his face. Marcus quickly looked away, resuming his mock.
Hey, waterbending, don't drop that, you need that.
And the Navy personnel continued toward the exit.
Or do you got waterbending?
Until the sound of their footsteps faded, before
How much you got water bending? One?
His heart hammering in his chest.
You need one water bending.
Driving home in his 15-year-old Toyota that he maintained with military precision, Marcus's hands trembled slightly on the steering wheel. He took 3 long turns, deliberately creating...
Hey, use your radar in that town.
Checking his rearview mirror.
Come over here. See that, you know that green thing I told you to pick up? Use it.
Not to open it. Slide it carefully.
I have every medallion.
Behind the house was a shallow...
Good job. Totally like I didn't kill everyone in the match. You don't talk about that.
On his small television, a documentary about Navy SEALs.
I took 0 damage.
Dramatically recounting operations that had been declassified.
Wait, did I?
In April 1970.
Who needs bandages? Win a match without restoring your health.
Marcus shook his head slightly. March, he whispered to the empty room. It was March, and it wasn't 6. It was a joint task force. The neighborhood kids called him Mr. Marcus and thought of him as a harmless old man who sometimes handed out butterscotch candies. The adults nodded respectfully, but knew little about him beyond his...
David, how'd you lose half your health?
Once a month, Marcus would sit in the back row during veterans events at the local...
Can you explain that?
He never claimed to be a veteran himself, never wore a service cap or jacket. He just listened, occasionally closing his eyes as if dozing, but missing nothing. No one questioned his presence. After all,
David, how is you at half health?
Show respect. No one suspected that the quiet old janitor had once moved through jungles and deserts like a shadow. That his hands had saved lives.
I like how I pushed the whole lobby.
War and fear in certain circles. Those days were gone, buried under classified files and redacted reports. Marcus Johnson had disappeared into the anonymity of an ordinary life, carrying extraordinary secrets.
Come on, Dave.
Secrets like bodies
right here.
Stay buried. Commander James Wilson couldn't shake the feeling.
Combat, okay. What's our bending style? Earth bending, okay. We can toss rocks at people. I'm looting here. I'm getting this location.
Home through years of special operations training. Back at the Naval Base, Wilson found himself pulling up classified archives, searching for something he couldn't quite articulate. What exactly are you looking for, Commander? Captain Lawrence asked, finding Wilson still at the computer terminal.
Take that, I'll take this. Here, come here. I'm gonna pop half of it. I'm gonna pop this, and then I'm gonna give it to you.
The change in Lawrence's expression
got this person.
Where did you hear that? Wilson explained about the janitor.
Bonk! Bonk!
A strange sense of
get that earthbend. Go grab that gun.
That program never existed.
By the way, we're pushing anyone we see, okay?
I would advise
here, take. I'm gonna use that.
Rather than chasing ghosts. The warning was clear, but it only intensified Wilson's curiosity. That night, Wilson recalled stories his father, a retired SEAL, had told him years ago.
Anyone you see, push.
Operative who moved through hostile territory like he was made of smoke.
Someone over there. Head over there.
Who had saved more fellow soldiers than anyone in the program's history. His father had only whispered the code name once. Some say he wasn't real. Others say the brass couldn't handle their best operations in black man, so they buried his record. The next day, instead of returning to the base after a study, Wilson drove to the local VFW.
Idiot.
The bartender...
You already have one! We won last round.
...wiping glasses when Wilson approached. I'm looking for information about an older black gentleman who sometimes attends the base. Doesn't say much, sits in the back. The bartender nodded in recognition. You mean Marcus?
Come on, we gotta move.
Marcus Johnson. Comes in once a month or so.
We gotta push the lobby, get our rank up.
Who likes military stories, as far as I know.
So killings are right now our main objective.
Wilson chose his words carefully. Just thought I recognized.
I see some enemies I kill.
Some of the guys think he might have been way he carried himself sometimes. But he never said.
Waterbending out his mind.
Thanked him and left. Wilson followed.
No, that's airbending. We're killing like everyone we see. Good job, dude. We're gonna keep on moving. You can't stick in the same spot. See someone? Hey, dude. You ever thought not to come behind someone like an idiot? Let's move. Continue moving deeper. I'm headed for the llama. It's like a whole fight here, so I'm gonna loot up something from this. Go ahead for that fight over there to our side.
You think you can just take a day off without proper notice, Johnson? We've got standards. I've got 3 applicants on the job at your position. They're younger, stronger, and more reliable. Wilson couldn't hear Marcus's response. Almost submissive. Reed continued. That's the problem for you. Always thinking the rules don't apply. One more unauthorized action from your gun, understand? A younger black employee passing Stop to exchange. Mr. Reed,
yeah, siphon.
Hasn't missed a day in 5 years. This doesn't concern you, unless you want your evaluation effective next month. March is straight. Because 15 months, you can see something change. His eyes hardened, his shoulders squared, and an unmistakable air of command pressed his face.
You're welcome.
Then,
I did nothing.
Marcus was once again deferential janitor, eyes downcast.
I totally didn't go rest in the lobby and drill him to death.
The incident only reinforced Wilson's conviction.
Hey, check your crown win now. Use this emo again.
That could be faked or learned. It was the ingrained authority of someone who had led men in life or death.
Don't do that.
Later that day, Wilson received a phone call from his commanding officer.
Cancel it.
Wilson, report to my office immediately. When he arrived, 2 men in civilian clothes were waiting alongside Captain Lawrence. They introduced themselves as Department of Defense officials, but offered no names or identification.
Ready?
Commander Wilson, the taller one began.
That's your first crown win.
Our attention that you're making inquiries about a program that officially never existed. This stops now. With all due respect, Wilson replied, if I've recognized a decorated veteran who was denied recognition of his race, isn't that something that should be addressed?
Can you mute your mic when you're playing the guitar?
This is a matter of national security, Commander. Drop it, or face
no, you didn't.
For unauthorized access to classified materials. Is that clear? Wilson was forced to acknowledge. Okay,
let's go here again.
The next morning, a notice circulated through the base announcing a memorial.
Water bending this round. You know what that means.
Wilson saw.
Should I take it easy on the lobby or no?
Perhaps he could force the truth into the open another way. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be erased in history? To risk everything for your country, only to be told you never existed? This is the reality for Marcus.
Take her easy.
Whose remarkable story when a 22-year-old, Marcus was approached by a plainclothes military recruiter on campus. Would you ever see the men with your specific avoiding the word black and the implications. Marcus, son of a Korean war veteran, returned to segregated Alabama.
Already killed everyone.
Being offered a chance to serve when many doors remained closed to him. The training was brutal, designed to break most candidates. White officers made no attempt to hide their skepticism about the black operatives' capabilities.
How do we fill your water bending?
Marcus overheard one instructor say,
make sure to always show your full. Hi, Bakugo, you're gonna die now.
Marcus not only survived, but excelled, outperforming every mission, breaking force records in marksmanship, land navigation, and underwater endurance. Yet when commendations...
Come on, get moving.
His name was conspicuously absent. His His first mission came soon.
I'm gonna leave you behind if you don't start moving, dude.
The assembled unit was dispatched to Cambodia, officially to advise, but in reality, to extract an intelligence asset. When their position was compromised, it was Marcus.
Hey, head for that dude over there.
That allowed the team
going down the mountain. Oh yeah, another round of drilling. Hey, Frozone. I know ice don't work well against drills.
Marcus was consistent.
Havoc. Let's go.
On the most dangerous operation.
Down. Down.
Systematically erased his contributions. Among those who served with him, the legend of Nighthawk grew. Stories circulated as possible infiltration. Then the position
dead.
Neutralized without a sound. Wounded men carried miles through hostile territory. Yet
dead.
The records minimized. His role limited his presence. Men like us don't get to
on the mountain.
By men like us, Marcus understood he meant black officers. For 15 years, Marcus served in the shadows. He is now and a dozen other officers that the American public never knew about. Then came
No!
a classified operation.
Of course comes from the side like a rat.
Bad intelligence, inadequate support, and command.
I hate when people play like that.
Designed for failure. Despite the odds, Marcus completed the primary objective and managed to extract most.
I should have healed.
3 men were lost. Upon return, Marcus found himself facing a review board.
I killed most of the lobby.
Deviated from the mission parameters, the senior officer stated.
I was pushing all the lobby and killing them.
No mention was made of intelligence, the lack of competence, the impossible timing. Marcus was made the scapegoat for a mission.
Yeah, it was.
Needed to bury. His honorable.
You know I'm gonna be pushing the lobby again, right?
Years of service in administrative roles. His actual operations.
No, we're gonna be pushing the lobby.
The medals he had earned were never awarded.
We're going for a lot of kills. I'm trying to hit you some levels on.
It creates, regardless of their skin color. Comment number 1. If you think Marcus deserved recognition for his sacrifice, or number 2, if
what, Blitz?
Classified operations should remain varied, regardless of the injustice to individual soldiers.
Okay.
What happens when a government erases?
Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna head up for the Earth Temple. Head for the location.
Marcus receives a warning that his cover as an ordinary janitor might be compromised. Present day.
Yeah, it allows you to do a lot more damage from a range.
Stay invisible, Nighthawk, a vaguely familiar voice said. Then looking again. The line went dead before Marcus could respond. That evening, Marcus noticed a black SUV.
I'm about to start moving down there. Oh, let's get rushing. Keep yourself safe.
He might have slipped away, disappeared into the He was 67 now, tired of running, tired of hiding. Whatever was coming, it was time to face it. The next morning, as Marcus went to work,
something you like?
He realized with certainty that the carefully constructed anonymity of his post-service.
Click if you click your aim button, it allows you to jump.
The question was why now, after all these years? The annual military appreciation ceremony at Westridge had always been a perfunctory affair, an opportunity for management to bolster the company's patriotic image.
I'm coming. Don't worry.
This year, with the new naval contract secured,
good. You need it. Gotta have to keep him pushing. Good as body. Hey, here you go. Stand still. Go and get a mythic.
For Marcus,
that's mine. What did you get?
Johnson, I want every floor spotless. And during the ceremony, I need you working the West Wing. Keep out of sight of our guests.
Cancel. Tony?
The elderly black janitor wasn't the image West Wing distinguished visitors. Marcus nodded his acquiescence.
the familiar mask of subservience firmly in place. Yes, sir, Mr. Reed. As military personnel began arriving, Marcus diligently mopped floors in the far window showing away from the ceremony. He could hear the muffled sounds of the public address system as speeches began in the auditorium. He had no intention of attending, no desire to revisit.
You are having fun, aren't you?
But as he worked, a young employee approached him. It was Darius Williams, the production line worker who had defended him days earlier. Marcus, you should come to the ceremony, Darius said, excitement in his voice. The Navy commander is talking about special operations history. Thought you might be interested, being a military buff. Marcus politely expressed. Darius was insistent. Come on, just for a few minutes. Reed's too busy kissing up.
You're down, aren't you?
Something in the young man's He followed Darius. Crossed the packed auditorium, standing near the exit with his mop, ready to resume the pretense of working if Reed noticed him.
You're fine.
Was at the podium, his voice carrying authority through the space. Today, as we celebrate
not today.
Estridge Manufacturing of the United States Navy, I want to share a piece of military history that has remained classified for too long. Marcus felt a prickle of unease. Wilson continued, in the shadowy world of special operations,
I want to head into there.
There are men whose names never appear in history books, whose medals are never seen in their chests, whose sacrifices remain unacknowledged. One such operator worked under the code name Nighthawk. The mop handle slipped from Marcus and suddenly fell papers, clattering loudly on the polished floor. Several heads turned, including Wilson's.
Welcome back, my dude.
Across the crowded room. Nighthawk conducted over 70 high-risk operations between 1975 and 1995.
I rebooted ya.
He saved the lives of 38 American servicemen.
Load up. Already got your guns. They're coming back, so be careful.
2 men in dark suits. Officially, this operator doesn't exist. His records are redacted. His systems, but in fact,
Kill him.
he's standing
Down.
there. The auditorium erupted in confusion.
Be down.
Smartphones.
I'll go for this one. I'm finishing this. Nothing's stopping me.
One grabbing the microphone while the other spoke urgently into Wilson's
Bam. Pickaxe the death. 1, 2, 3.
His first instinct was
And that's our win. Hi.
But his feet wouldn't move. Park manager Reed pushed through the crowd toward Marcus, his face a mask of confusion and disbelief. Johnson, what is this about?
This island's mine to conquer.
Reporters were surrounding him, questions flying from all directions. Were you really a special operator? Why was your service record erased? Is it true you were denied recognition because of racial discrimination? The world Marcus had carefully built was collapsing around him. In the chaos, Darius appeared at his side. This way, he said quietly, guiding Marcus toward a service exit. They slipped out as security attempted to restore order in the auditorium. Outside, Darius led Marcus to his car. I don't know what's happening, the young man said, but I figure you might need to get out of here.
Play out the cat.
Marcus nodded gratefully, his mind racing. By the time Marcus reached his apartment, the story was breaking across social media.
We're winning a lot, dude.
Wilson's revelation had gone viral. News vans were already parked outside his building. Marcus slipped in through the door. Inside his apartment, he immediately sensed something wrong. The furniture was slightly out of position. The refrigerator had been moved and carefully installed.
Right here.
Its exact original position. The hidden compartment the letter box contained the only tangible proof of his service. Unofficial mission logs photographed.
We got firebending this round.
His first operation. Marcus sat heavily on his wooden sofa and waited 67 years, silent, pressing down. After decades of invisibility, he was exposed.
Grab that and drink it.
And now, without his hidden insurance policy, he had no way to prove Wilson's clearance.
Knock yourself out.
They'll try to discredit you, said the same voice.
What?
They'll say you're delusional, that you found everything. I'm too old to run, Marcus replied. Who is this? Someone who was there, Baghdad 91. Paula hung up. Marcus knew what he had to do. It was time.
Hi, Deadpool. Bye, Deadpool.
Decades to reach out to ghosts from his past. If the government denied his existence, he would need allies who remembered the truth. Marcus packed a small bag with essentials, habit making it efficient and thorough. As he prepared to leave, he glanced at the small television in his living room, now showing aerial footage of his apartment building with the caption,
What?
Alleged black special operator at center of military controversy. The anchor was saying, the Pentagon has issued a statement denying controversial claims and announcing a immediate suspension pending investigation. Marcus was shot.
Bro, my gun!
He couldn't hide. He would have to fight. One last mission to reclaim his truth. The safe house in West Baltimore hadn't changed much in 20 years. The ceiling post and narrow row house might have been affected twice. The security
The yoinker!
was more discreet, but Marcus knew the location remained active. He approached from the alley, using the coded knock he had learned decades ago, hoping the protocol would let him check out. The door opened to reveal an older black man, hair gone silver, face weathered, but eyes sharp and assessing. For a moment neither spoke, then recognition dawned. Marcus Johnson, the man said quietly. Or should I say night?
Hey, dude, you want to see a magic trick?
I thought I'd see your ghost again. Hello, Elijah. Marcus replied. Sorry.
Get over here. Oh, wait, darn it. Well, time to kill Shogun.
Elijah Washington had been
I was about to yoink him.
codenamed Whisper, his ability to extract information from the most reluctant sources without being demanded. Now he ushered Marcus inside, checking the street before securing multiple locks. The interior was terribly luxurious, at odds with the building's exterior. He well for himself, Marcus observed. Elijah's love was without humor.
Actual people. One down. Another down. Push them.
People calculating risk, staying one step ahead. But white folks love having a token back to saw you on the news, quite the coming out. Over the next Marcus the situation.
Yoink. Yoink. Down. Oh my god, they are looted.
Without interruption, occasionally making notes on a sleep.
Drill is mine. I am dibsing on that drill. Go ahead, I'll go in that way. You leave.
If we succeeded, others took credit. If we failed or were captured, we officially never existed. No rescue, no acknowledgement, no embarrassing questions. We poured 2 glasses of expensive bourbon. We weren't the only ones. There were 7 of us total. Mitchell died in Angola in 83. Reynolds took his own life in 91. Carter was VA hospital with PTSD and Jenkins and Wilson disappeared. And Taylor?
No way! Oh no! Oh!
Humanitarian in Sudan?
Oh no! I got the mythic goldfish!
Elijah's phone buzzed. He checked the screen, frowning.
Don't shoot the last guy. I want to shoot him. I will handle the last dude.
I never wanted this, Elijah. All these years I just wanted to be left alone.
Mythic goldfish one-shot skills.
Elijah replied. Question is, what do you want to happen next?
7 crown wins.
Good answer. The television in the corner automatically activated. Security protocols alerting them to break.
No way! I didn't thought you could get that.
Facing reporters outside the naval base. I've been placed on administrative leave pending investigation, he was saying, but I stand by every word. Marcus Johnson served his country with extraordinary courage and was denied recognition solely because of the color of his skin.
Return to lobby.
Systematic erasure of black excellence from military history must end. The broadcast...
I'm probably going to go grab a quick drink. I am going insane this round.
...are unfounded. While we acknowledge historical inequity...
I am pushing, everyone.
We categorically deny the existence of any program matching his description. The individual he identified as Nighthawk served briefly in an administrative capacity and was honorably discharged. Any suggestion of classified operations is fantasy. Elijah muted the television. They're following the playbook. Discredit, deny, deflect. Next, they'll suggest you're mentally unstable. A fantasy.
I'm probably gonna end my stream. Is Super up yet?
Now, Marcus wondered, aloud. Why is Wilson doing this after all these
Okay, then the stream's gonna stay. I'm gonna go grab a drink before we continue this.
General Andrews served with SEAL Team
Dave,
2
I'm gonna go grab a
in the
drink.
70s.
Be right back.
Recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. Must be trying to set the record straight before he dies. The news continued silently on the screen, showing footage of Darius Williams being interviewed outside the manufacturing plant. Elijah unmuted briefly. Known Marcus for 3 years, Darius was saying. He's the most humble, hard-working man I've ever met. If Commander Wilson says he's a hero, I believe it. The camera panned to show Westridge Manufacturing has always valued our veterans. I personally always knew there was something special about Marcus. His work ethic, his attention to detail. Elijah snorted in disgust and muted the television again.
Oh, that's better.
Hypocritical bastard.
You ready, Dave, to continue?
Like dirt. Marcus nodded absently, his mind elsewhere. We need to contact the others, he said.
Let's change to my other form.
Carter in the VA hospital. Anyone still alive who was there? To what end? Elijah asked. It's your word against the entire military establishment. Not just mine, Marcus replied. And not just words. He pulled out his phone, showing Elijah a decades-old photo he'd kept digitized and encrypted. Remember Operation Stillwater, 84. We documented everything because we didn't trust command to acknowledge the mission if it succeeded. Understanding dawned on Elijah's face. The insurance...
Ready up, Dave.
We all kept something, didn't we? I got the mission logs from Nicaragua. Taylor kept radio transcripts from Angola. They took my physical evidence, Marcus said, but they don't know about the backups. We need to pool what we have. As they began making secure calls to former teammates, Marcus's phone buzzed with...
And quiet down.
It was Darius. Media saying you fabricated everything. But I found something. Old newspaper from 1977 has photo of military ceremony.
And quiet down.
Exactly like you, but uniform and name tag edited out. Not the only one. Been collecting these for years, military history buff. Want to see? Marcus showed the message to Elijah, who whistled softly. Kids got good eyes. The redaction wasn't always digital back then. Physical photos could be altered, but newspapers archived around the country might have originals. As night fell, Marcus learned that his story had become a flashpoint for discussions about racial discrimination in the military. Veterans groups were divided.
I can barely hear Dave.
The Pentagon's denials, others demanding investigation. Civil rights organizations were calling for congressional hearings. And through
Dave, you ready?
Maintained its position. Nighthawk never existed.
I hope we get water bending.
A black sedan with government plates parked outside Elijah's safe house. 2 men in suits approached the door but didn't knock. Just letting you know they're watching, Elijah observed.
Pleasant.
Making sure you see them. Hours later, Marcus received a call from a blocked number. Her cultured voice identified himself.
Earthbending us round, okay.
Mr. Johnson, we'd like to resolve this situation quietly. We're prepared to offer you full recognition of your administrative service, an enhanced pension package, and financial compensation. In return, we ask for your public statement clarifying Commander Wilson's misunderstanding.
I found me a joke.
Denying the truth. Acknowledging that operation the voice corrected. Smoothly. This offer expires in 24 hours. After the call, Elijah looked at Marcus expectantly. They're scared, Marcus said.
So, what's our goal? Kill everyone in the lobby as fast as we can?
Classic containment strategy. Offer a small victory to prevent them.
Why not? Banana of the gods.
Marcus stood. Decision made.
Get pushing.
This isn't about me anymore. It's about every black soldier whose contribution is minimized.
First one down.
That VA hospital treated for PTSD operations they claim never happened. About Mitchell, who died with no flag on his coffin. We're going to West Virginia. to know that your blood and sacrifice were deemed less valuable because of your skin color? These questions haunted Marcus as he and Elijah drove through the night toward the mountains of West Virginia, where decades earlier they had hidden school records. The remote cabin was accessible only by a narrow dirt road that wound through dense forest. Time had not been the roof sagged, windows were boarded, and nature had begun to reclaim the clear.
They haven't killed you yet?
Elijah muttered as they approached cautiously, checking for signs of surveillance or intrusion.
Look at my HP, I am pushing.
The cabin had served as an unofficial reunion site for the black operatives.
Here's some drugs. Here's some drugs.
A place where they could speak freely about missions that officially never happened. It was here in 19...
Well, yeah, waterbending?
That they had agreed to create and preserve an unauthorized record of their service.
Hey, I'll give you your favorite AR if you give me your waterbending.
Moving to a specific spot and prying up wooden planks to reveal a waterproof container. Inside were documents, photographs, and recorded testimonies.
Wait, where's your water... I'm talking about your waterbending.
While Marcus examined...
Not earthbending.
Confirming they were intact, Elijah set up a satellite connection on his laptop. We're trending.
Take your earthbending pack. This is an exotic shotgun for you. The whole fight around us. Get busy. We need to get more kills. We have gotten barely any kills this round. Oh, hi. Refill?
Where white officers received silver stars for an operation in Southeast Asia. In the background,
Yoink.
Two other black officers who had actually saved the world. They received no recognition. I remember this. Colonel Phillips told us to consider it an honor that we on the same team with these real American heroes. Elijah's expression.
There's more!
Phillips, that racist bastard retired from peaceful death while Carter does the proper PTSD. Over the next 2 years,
push the lobby! We got everything!
And reached out to surviving members of their unit. James Carter, still suffering from PTSD.
Finish this lobby off!
Used to share medical records that reference classified operations.
All Might is dead!
Never occurred. Thomas Taylor.
Found ya! Can't hide forever now, can ya?
Promised to send his preserved documentation. News continued. Commander Wilson faced court-martial proceedings for revealing classified information.
I killed 19 people!
His father, retired Navy officer Andrew Wilson, came forward with corroborating stories of a black operative who had saved his unit in Cambodia. He moved like a shadow.
Dave, I think we killed everyone.
From his hospital. Terry Samad, we never knew his real name, only the code name Nighthawk. Without him, I wouldn't be alive, and my son wouldn't exist. Media organizations began deeper investigations, uncovering patterns of discrimination in special operations.
We went on a murdering spree.
Veterans from various eras came forward.
And can you mute?
Stories of black servicemen whose contributions had been minimized or erased entirely.
Can you mute? You're gonna talk to someone?
Statement acknowledging historical inequities. While continuing.
Dave, how much people did you kill? Or did I take them all?
Back at Westridge Manufacturing, plant manager Reed gave multiple interviews portraying himself as Marcus's longtime.
I think I killed everyone. You didn't get any kills.
To a local news station, there was a dignity.
I was murdering everyone.
That spoke of military discipline. I often told my colleagues that Johnson was no ordinary janitor.
Right here. Pleasant again. Oh no, waterbending. Dave, knock yourself out.
Well, one doesn't ask about classified matters, does one? But I certainly had my suspicions. This revisionist history made Elijah laugh bitterly when they saw the clip. Convenient how everyone's your friend now that you might be famous, he remarked. For Marcus, the sudden visibility was deeply uncomfortable.
Loot up, Dave.
The of operating in shadows had conditioned him to avoid attention. When he ventured into the small town near the campus at the time, he was recognized as a Vietnam veteran. Whether the government admits it or not, the man said, those of us who served know the truth when we hear it. As their evidence...
So, same like last round, push A1.
This time offering Marcus private recognition and a substantial financial settlement in exchange for time. The Secretary of Defense is prepared to acknowledge your contributions in a private ceremony, the official explained. Full benefits, back pay with interest, and a confidential medal.
Use your water bending.
All we ask is your discretion on operational details. Marcus's response was immediate. This isn't about me. It's about setting the record straight for all of us. The official's tone hardened. Mr. Johnson,
I'm gonna let him live. I just want to reboot you back. So you'll grab your crown.
Far-reaching and potentially damaging to national security. Do you mean damaging to the reputation?
Don't worry, Dave. I got you, my dude.
Marcus countered. After the call, Elijah looked concerned. They're getting nervous. That means danger.
Go grab yourself.
Marcus,
I'm gonna go put down some more people.
His attention focused on a mission log he'd been reviewing. Elijah, he said slowly, look at the orders for the Baghdad mission in '91. Compare them to the intelligence briefing we received beforehand.
Come over here. Crown's not gonna stay here for long.
His expression darkened. These don't match. The intelligence clearly.
I'm gonna refresh it. Come over here, Dave.
And the extraction wasn't an resistance. I always thought it was incompetence.
Go down and go grab your crown.
The implication hung heavy in the cabin stay there. Are you saying the mission was deliberately set up to fail? Elijah asked. To eliminate us? I'm saying we need to find out. If that's true, then this isn't just about recognition to us. It's about attempted use of this possible went beyond the actual danger. Comment number 1 if you believe systems of power would go this far to protect their narratives. Or number 2, if you think operational failures are more likely due to incompetence than malice. What price would you be willing to take?
I was sorting out my inventory. Did you grab your crown?
Silence?
And you didn't. We'll find another.
Tried to erase his existence as he prepares to testify before Congress. Evidence shaped the military establishment to its as they continued analyzing the evidence of disturbing pattern missions where black operatives served as team leaders systematically inadequate support intelligence and extraction plans compared to similar. The Baghdad mission appears to be the culmination of this pattern, with flaws so obvious in retrospect. It makes it hard with the answer. We need to go public with everything, Marcus decided. Not just about recognition denied, but about how black operators were treated as expected. Elijah looked troubled. That's a much bigger accusation, Marcus. One that powerful people
There's a crown. Go grab it.
Better make sure our evidence is irrefutable, Marcus replied, reaching for the secure phone to contact the remaining members of their unit. The truth they were uncovering was far darker than a simple matter of denied medals. It was a systematic devaluation of black lives in service to their country. And Marcus was finally ready to break the silence, regardless of the consequences. The congressional hearing room was packed to capacity. Cameras trained on the witness station where Marcus Johnson sat alone, officer of military strength despite his 67 years. Behind closed doors,
I'm going to use that real quick.
Testifying before the Senate Intelligence Committee about classified operations spanning 2 decades. Now the public portion of the
Don't shoot him.
has drawn media attention to Mr. Johnson began Senator You've made serious allegations regarding systematic discrimination against...
Come on! You gotta finish it with the mythic goldfish! And by the way, you kick out of the collab, Dave.
You and other black servicemen denied popular recognition. What evidence...
Reclabbing, Dave.
Marcus's voice was steady. The quiet authority he had suppressed for decades, now evident in every measured word. I have submitted mission logs, photographs, and contemporaneous documentation created by myself and fellow operators precisely because we anticipated this moment. We knew our contributions would be erased. The questioning turned hostile when Senator Ratcliffe took his turn. Mr. Johnson, isn't it more likely that you're an elderly man seeking attention, perhaps confused about the nature of your actual service? The Pentagon has no record of these alleged operations. With respect, Senator, Marcus replied, the absence of record...
Dave, I need you to re-collab in on reality.
Were designed to be deniable. When they succeeded, others took credit. When they failed, we took the blame. The systematic erasure of black excellence from military history wasn't an oversight. It was policy. Outside the Capitol, hundreds had gathered in support, organized by Darius Williams and fellow Westridge employees. They held signs reading, "Recognition for Nighthawk" and "Black Heroes Matter." The factory workers had staged a walkout after Darius was fired by plant manager Reed for insubordination
I'm gonna call it a day.
with his public support of Marcus. News cameras